arrested convict Nalini in jail.
Nalini, please tell us, how would you look at the order coming in from the Supreme Court, an early release for you?
Very happy because all six have come out, all six have been released, and I thank all the judges in the Supreme Court with my wholehearted, praise.
Nalini, you were the one who's moved the Apex Court seeking early release from prison, and that was turned down by the Madras High Court, and you've been fighting this for quite a while now. Finally, it appears that the Supreme Court has heard you.
Yeah.
Tell us a little on basis of which you've asked for an early release.
Along with Ravichandran, one of the accused in this case, we both tried in Supreme Court. So we got the release.
Pramod Madhav has more details in that story, joining us from Chennai. Pramod, this issue has been a bone of contention for years together, even politically speaking, given how sensitive it is. What sort of politics do you see playing out in this matter from here on, given that all of the convicts are essentially going to be walking out free?
It absolutely is, and already ADMK, DMK started going ahead and stating that this is because of their work only. And even now, the Chief Minister has also released a statement. He has given two important notions in the statement. The first one stating that the release of the 6 convicts by the Supreme Court stands as a preface for democracy. And the second one is that he believes that this order by the Supreme Court is actually a kind of evidence that a governor cannot shelf the resolutions or decisions taken by an elected government. This is what the Chief Minister has said, and by which he has welcomed this verdict as well, the release of the 6 convicts in the Rajiv Gandhi assassination case. The Chief Minister, not just Chief Minister, DMK, ADMK, everybody so far have supported the 6 assassination convicts and claim in a kind of way they also were, the party men were also stating that they are innocent. This is what they are maintaining. Now, even Nalini and Ravichandran have also said that they are innocent, and Nalini has also gone ahead and said that after being released, she would go ahead and even is thinking of another legal battle to prove her innocence.
You know, Pramod, as far as this matter is concerned, this is the end in terms of this case proceeding any further? Or will there be opposition that is going to then play out legally to this order from the court today?
Well, already this case has been going on for more than 30 years, and of which 2 years period one got a parole. So really 32 years the assassination convicts, 7 people, and that being a political issue in the state of Tamil Nadu had occurred. Consecutively, DMK and ADMK governments have extended their support to these 7 assassination convicts, and even for nearly a year, Perarivalan, the first person to be released, was given regular bails. The same thing was applied to Nalini as the legal battle was happening in Supreme Court. Now Supreme Court has very clearly mentioned that by using special powers, and because the governor did not take the decision on the cabinet decision made by Tamil Nadu government back in 2018, the Supreme Court has decided to release all 6 convicts. The 6 convicts have welcomed. At the same time, ADMK and DMK are supporting and welcoming it. The only parties that are not happy with it is directly Congress has said no. BJP, we are trying to reach them. They are not yet ready to react on the matter. But so far, it looks like earlier when Perarivalan was released, we did approach them. That time itself, the BJP in Tamil Nadu stated very clearly that this is not a welcome decision.
Pramod, I'm thanking you for the moment. We'll, of course, keep coming back to you for more on that story. The family, meanwhile, of Nalini is overjoyed by her release and is awaiting her return home after decades.
என்ன சொல்ல முடியாத ஒரு சந்தோஷமா 30 ஆண்டு காலம் நான் என் புள்ள வருமான்னு சொல்லிட்டு வேண்டிக்கிட்டு இருந்ததுக்கு நல்லபடியா நமக்கு அரசாங்கம் உதவி செஞ்சு இந்த 6 பேரையும் வெளியே எடுத்து போட்டாங்க. நளினியை கட்டி பிடிச்சி முத்தம் கொடுத்தேன். புரியுதுங்களா? நீ நல்லபடியா இருக்கிறமா, இனிமே உன் படிப்பு வச்சு முன்னேறிக்கோ. நாங்களா எங்களுக்கு ஒரு நல்ல வேலை கொடுத்து ஒரு வீடை கொடுத்தா ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சியா இருக்கும். நான் கவர்மெண்ட்டுக்கு நன்றி சொல்றதுக்கு சாசமா இருக்கேன். முதல்ல வாழ்நாள் முழுக்க என்னுடைய உடம்புல இருக்கிற ஒவ்வொரு செல்லும் நன்றி சொல்ல கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கு. நல்ல சுவாசம், ஆரோக்கியமான சுவாசத்தை கவர்மெண்ட் ஸ்டாலின் ஐயா கொடுத்துட்டாரு எங்களுக்கு. புரியுதா? அது மறக்கவே முடியாது. நாங்க
30 வருஷத்துக்கு அப்புறம் ரிலீஸ் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. ரொம்ப பெரிய மகிழ்ச்சியான விஷயம் இல்ல. இந்த விடுதலைன்றது சரி ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சியா இருக்குது. எவ்வளவு நாள் இருந்தது நினைச்சா கஷ்டமா இருக்குது. இது சும்மா இது ஏதோ ஒரு விஷயத்துல தீர்ந்து போய் அவங்களுக்கு இதுக்கு எந்த விதமான சம்பந்தமும் இல்லை. அவங்களுக்கு இவங்களுக்கு இதுக்கு எந்த சம்பந்தமும் இல்லாத 32 வருஷம் தாங்க. இவங்களுக்கு இதுக்கு எந்த விதமான சம்பந்தம் இல்லைன்றத எங்களால வந்து ஆணித்தரமா சொல்ல முடியும்.
Some news just coming in. Let's go straight to that. This has got to do with the Gyanvapi hearing in Supreme Court, which has just begun. Remember, hearing essentially is a day before court ordered protection of the alleged Shivling area. That has ended. The Supreme Court is hearing the Gyanvapi Shivling case. In fact, the court has agreed to constitute a bench to hear the plea to extend the protection of an area in the Gyanvapi mosque premise where a Shivling was found. The Chief Justice of India agreed to constitute the bench to hear the case after the advocate mentioned that the court's interim order to protect the area is actually expiring on the 12th of November. So essentially, this is an extension. Remember, in the month of May, early this year, the Apex Court had ordered the securing of the Shivling area while Muslims would be able to offer namaz in the mosque. The court had ordered the district magistrate to make appropriate arrangements, if not already made, for Muslims to offer wazu khana before namaz at the mosque. The hearing has begun in court already, and this has got to do with the court ordering protection of the alleged Shivling area. This was done in the month of May, and this expires on the 12th of November essentially, which is tomorrow. And that's the reason why an extension is being sought by the lawyers, and that's the matter that is being heard in court right now. The Chief Justice of India had agreed to constitute the bench to hear the case after the advocate in question mentioned that the Apex Court interim order to protect the area would expire on the 12th of November, which is tomorrow, and that's the reason why this matter is being heard. My colleague Kanu Sharda is getting us more details on that story. Given that the court itself had offered protection up until the 12th of November, an extension of this is being sought since the order is expiring tomorrow. Kanu.
Yes, Sneha, the hearing is underway when we speak, and my colleagues Anisha Mathur and Srishti Oza both are sending us live updates, and according to them, the senior advocate Ranjit Kumar Sinha is arguing for the Hindu parties before the top court, and this is a special three-judge bench headed by Chief Justice of India D.Y. Chandrachud, who's presently hearing the case.
What are the arguments of the Muslim side, if at all, Kanu?
Sneha, the Muslim side is yet to argue before the court right now. The Hindu parties have just started the argument and is placing the order of the trial court, which was passed on the order during all these while, because the Hindu parties have sought an extension of the protection of the Shivling area, which is expiring tomorrow. So we are going to get some kind of interim order from the Supreme Court today. But till the hearing is underway, we won't be able to confirm anything on that.
All right, sure. Understand. But as far as the Muslim side is concerned, the Muslims were indeed in the previous order also in the month of May, were allowed to offer wazu khana before the namaz at the mosque, isn't it?
Yes, what is being understood that the Muslim side is going to argue that the matter is sub judice before the Allahabad High Court, and it should be decided over there first before granting any interim stay or interim protection to the Shivling area till now. So it needs to be seen that what will happen now in this case when the hearing is still underway.
All right, remains to be seen. But remember, the Supreme Court is hearing the Gyanvapi Shivling case. And as we speak, the hearing has started, is what our reporters are confirming. The hearing has begun in the Supreme Court. Now, this hearing is about the securing of the Shivling area in Gyanvapi, while Muslims would be able to offer namaz in the court. This was an order actually that was passed in the month of May, and it was valid up until the 12th day of November. Essentially, the expiry of that order is tomorrow, and that's the reason why the Supreme Court just yesterday, Kanu, had agreed to constitute a bench to hear this matter. The court on Thursday, remembered, agreed to constitute a bench to hear this plea to extend the protection of an area in the Gyanvapi mosque premises where the shivling was found. It was the CGI newly appointed D.Y. Chandrachud who had agreed to constitute the bench to hear the case on Friday after Advocate Vishnu Shankar Jain mentioned that the apex court's interim order to protect the area would actually expire on the 12th of November, and that's the reason why the lawyer had appeared before the court. This has actually got to do with the extension of the order from the month of May, where the Supreme Court had ordered the securing of the shivling area, but they still allowed Muslims to offer namaz in the mosque. The court had previously ordered the district magistrate to make appropriate arrangements for the same. Whether that order is going to be extended or not is something that we will know in today's hearing. More news coming in. NCP leader Jitendra Awhad has been detained. Awhad had released a statement saying, today at 1 p.m. I was called by senior PI of Vartak Nagar police station. I had said that I myself come to the police station. After that I have to go to Mumbai. When I reached the station, I was kept trapped in talks. After this, DCP Rathod comes to the police station. There was restlessness on his face and eyes looked troubled. He said, with great respect, that I can't do anything. Order from above. You have to be arrested. This is misuse of police force. I'm ready to fight, hang me, but I'm not going to accept what I have not done. Devesh has more details on that story. Devesh, this has got to do with the case in which Jitendra Awhad had found himself embroiled with that video of him bullying, even physically harassing synagogues surfaced, isn't it?
Well, Sneha, yes, this is regarding the violence that had happened at cinema theatre in Thane, where a screening of the movie Har Har Mahadev was going on. Jitendra Awhad and his party members had objection to the portrayal of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj in this movie, and regarding that they had started protests. And while the screening was going on, they barged into the theatre. They also manhandled a few synagogues, and they forcibly asked the theatre to stop the show. After that, there were several protesters who were taken into custody, and a case was registered against Jitendra Awhad and several protesters. He was issued notice to appear before the Vartak Nagar police station, following which he was summoned today, and as per his statement, he had gone to the Vartak Nagar police station when DCP Rathod arrived over there, DCP Vinay Rathod, and he told Jitendra Awhad that he has to arrest you, and he was taken into custody. This is as per the statement of Jitendra Awhad that he has tweeted from his official Twitter handle.
Yes, and also made serious allegations that the police have essentially said that there is politics at work, saying that there are orders from above.
Right. There were allegations made in the following tweet as well, where he mentions that this is misuse of power by police, and he will not bow down to the allegations that are made against him. He will not bow down and keep fighting.
That's what Jitendra Awhad essentially has said. So he has been detained. Devesh, chances of a formal arrest as well?
Well, it seems that Jitendra Awhad could be arrested, could be placed in custody by the Vartak Nagar police station. As of now, the official response from Thane police is yet to be received. We are trying to get in touch with Thane police officials, but they are yet to respond officially on this particular issue. Shortly, we will be receiving a response from the Thane police, and after that, it will be clear whether he is being arrested or he will be left after questioning.
And there was a case registered against many of the supporters of Awhad. Have been any more arrests or detentions in this case at all, Devesh?
Well, the notices have been issued under Section 149 to several people, including Jitendra Awhad. There were several people who were questioned, they were picked up, and now police has started taking action against those who had created ruckus at the cinema theatre last week. Following this, the action against Awhad has also happened now, and it seems that he could be placed under arrest. But as of now, official statement is yet to be received from the Thane police. Yeah.
All right, we're getting you pictures, in fact, from earlier this week where Jitendra Awhad was caught in that big broil where cinegoers were harassed over a movie. Divyesh continues to be with us. Divyesh, this has got to do with the screening of the film Har Har Mahadev. What exactly were Awhad and his protesters opposing?
Well, Sneha, Jitendra Awhad and his supporters had claimed that the portrayal of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj in the movie Har Har Mahadev is distorted. They have shown incorrect history. They have shown incorrect facts in the movie, and that is what they were protesting about. They sought that these scenes, this particular scene, be removed from the movie. There was another leader, Samaji Rajesh, Chhatrapati Shivaji Samaji Rajesh, who is from the Bhosle family, and he had also claimed.
Be with us, Divyesh. In fact, I'm just going to go straight live to Mustafa, who is now joining us live. Mustafa, a big allegation there made by Jitendra Awhad. It does appear that the news is tightening around him, given that he's now been detained. There is a possibility of an arrest as well.
Well, Jitendra Awhad has claimed in a Facebook post saying that the gestures which have been given to him by the police suggest that he is going to be arrested. But as of now, officially, there has been no word from Thane police. It's correct that he has been called for questioning. The police has earlier said that he'll be given a notice to cooperate in the investigation, because during the protest of the movie, one person was beaten up by the NCP workers, and there are video footages as evidence available that one person, Parikshit Dhurve, was assaulted by NCP workers. He had come to watch his Har Har Mahadev movie, which is a controversial movie. So in that case, FIR was registered. Jitendra Awhad has been called. We'll have to wait and see what's the official word from the police. Back to you.
Meanwhile, very serious allegations against the police as well, and this obviously is going to play out politically, wherein he comes in and says that the police are helpless. In fact, they say that they don't want to do it, but they have to. There are orders from above to arrest him. Mustafa.
Correct. That's what Jitendra Awhad has said in his Facebook post. He is going on to suggest that police is going to take some action against him, which is likely of being an arrest, because he is saying that he is already present at the Vartak Nagar police station where this FIR was registered. He has said that the DCP, zonal DCP there, Vinay Kumar Rathod, came there and told him that there is nothing he can do. There is pressure from above, which means that there is some legal action going to be taken by Jitendra against Jitendra.
दबाव है वो मुझे पता नहीं, लेकिन एक चीज़ है कि महाराष्ट्र की पुलिस ये बहुत अच्छी पुलिस है. इस राज्य के पुलिसों पे देश नाच करता है, इनसे ही सीखता है, और मुझे पूरा महाराष्ट्र की पुलिस पे विश्वास है. और किसका फ़ोन आया ये मुझे पता नहीं, लेकिन दबती आवाज़ में वहाँ सुनने को आया पुलिस स्टेशन में कि ऊपर से बहुत सारा दबाव है. मैं किसी पे आरोप नहीं करना चाहती, क्योंकि जिस कारण में उनको पुलिस स्टेशन बुलाया गया और जेल में.
There, talking about Jitendra Awhad, essentially, remember, Awhad has been detained by the police. He said that he wants to move to Mumbai, travel to Mumbai, but he has been detained, is what he said in a Facebook post, and this has got to do with the controversy that was brewing over him harassing and his supporters even physically abusing Mustafa, some synagogues. Talk to us a little more about this controversy, Mustafa, over the movie Har Har Mahadev.
Well, correctly, this incident took place on Friday night. Har Har Mahadev is a Marathi movie. It was being shown at one of the multiplexes in Thane. NCP workers went there around 10:30 p.m. On Monday. They asked the movie screening to be stopped. They asked people to leave the theatre. Some of the people started asking for their money back. Then an argument started between one person who was in the cinema and the NCP workers. In the video, it's seen that the NCP workers are assaulting him. He was identified as Parikshit Dhurve, and then he went on and registered an FIR. Jitendra Awhad went on to say that the movie was objectionable, and hence he has no remorse in going and stopping this movie and whatever happened there. After which the police has said that they'll be calling all the accused. Remember, Jitendra Awhad is one of the accused. There are 100 more NCP workers who are accused in this FIR.
Okay. We'll just in fact connect with Mustafa again, but we're getting you all the details of NCP leader Jitendra Awhad, who has been detained. Keeping a close eye on that developing story from Maharashtra. Statue war has erupted in Karnataka minutes after the Prime Minister unveiled the 108-feet statue of the founder of Bengaluru, Kempegowda. Political fireworks have exploded. Former Chief Minister and senior Congress leader Siddaramaiah targeted the Prime Minister and the BJP in a series of tweets. Siddaramaiah has asked, is the BJP government in Karnataka a true follower of Kempegowda and his values? Congress is also staking claim to Kempegowda's legacy, claiming that it was their party that named the Bengaluru airport after the city's founder. The party has accused the BJP of ruining the city built by Kempegowda to a city that is notorious for 40% commission, potholes and floods. Supreme Court has extended the order to protect the shivling found at disputed site, and that's the story we are breaking at this hour. Protection to continue till further orders. So this was the order from the month of May earlier this year, and the Apex Court has said that this is going to continue. The court extending its earlier order protecting the shivling stated to be found, order to continue until further orders. So no time limit has been given, Anisha, but the order is going to be in effect up until we don't know when, but until further orders at least, isn't it?
Well, yes, Neha, the Supreme Court has very clearly noted that these matters are pending before the District Judge Varanasi, and therefore has now said that the 17th May orders, where the Supreme Court had directed that the artifacts and the shivling that have been found in the survey need to be protected, that order has been extended till further orders. It has also been said that the district judge, the district administration will ensure that this entire area is remains peaceful. Remember, 17th May order of the Supreme Court had said that not only will the district administration have to protect this particular shivling and the artifacts, it will also have to ensure, I beg your pardon, that the entire area remains peaceful, that the namaz, etc. also is conducted in a peaceful manner without disruption.
Anisha, catch your breath. We'll just come back to you in a few moments from now. Anisha Mathur getting us that report, telling us about the manner in which the court has said today that the protection as far as the shivling is concerned is going to continue until further orders. So we don't know the timeline. Previously, the court had given the timeline of 8 weeks or so, and that order in fact was set to expire tomorrow, and that's the reason why in this entire case the lawyer had approached the Supreme Court saying that the order is expiring as far as the protection of the shivling is concerned, the securing of the shivling area is concerned, and hear this matter. Tell us what to do next. In the month of May, the Apex Court had ordered the securing of the shivling area. That order is going to continue until further orders. The Muslims were also allowed to offer namaz in the mosque. So status quo essentially, Nalini, as far as this entire issue is concerned. Muslims will be able to offer namaz, and the area is going to be continued to secure as it was being done from May onwards early this year, isn't it?
Well, absolutely, Sneha. If you remember, the entire crux of the matter in the Gyanvapi mosque case was as to whether or not this particular structure that has been found inside the premises is a shivling or not. And to ensure that that is decided in its entirety, the Supreme Court back in May had ordered for this area to be protected, and they had directed that this area should be protected till the 12th of November, which is tomorrow, which is the day when these orders expire. So what the Hindu parties had done is that they had filed an intervention application before the Supreme Court, asking for these orders to be extended further because the matter is still going on before the Varanasi District Court. There was another plea made by the Hindu parties that all of the pending matters in this issue should be consolidated together and sent to the Varanasi District Court. But that second plea has not been allowed. The Supreme Court has said that they can go back to the District Court, but at the same time they have extended their earlier orders that had directed for this entire area to be protected. So there can be nobody who can visit this area right now. It will continue to be sealed and it will continue to be under protection till the time this entire matter is still pending before the courts and till the time the district court has not decided finality exactly as to whether or not this disputed structure is in fact a shivling or not, as has been claimed by the Hindu parties.
Us live. Anisha, what more can you tell us as far as the court's order is concerned? What were the other observations that were made? If you could just sort of reiterate that for us.
Yeah, the Supreme Court has made a very short hearing that was held today. The issues before the court, as we've been discussing, were twofold. One, whether to consolidate all the various petitions that have been filed in this case in the district court at Varanasi at the district judge level and the magistrate level. And two, of course, was the application regarding the protection to the artifacts and the shivling that have been found. Now, the Supreme Court, while hearing this matter, has said very clearly that as far as the question of consolidating the matter is concerned, the district judge Varanasi can look into this matter, that there is no need for the Supreme Court. And I'm quoting here, why should we interfere in this particular issue? As far as the second matter point is concerned with regard to the protection of the area, the maintenance of peace and law and order, there the court has very clearly said that the orders passed on the 17th of May will...
We have some breaking news just coming in. I'm going to go straight to that. This has got to do with Delhi's Patiala House Court, where Jacqueline's bail order has been deferred. So the court has said the final order will come on the 15th of November at 4 o'clock. Her interim bail continues. So some relief once again for Jacqueline Fernandez, at least up until the 15th of November. Remember, the court in Delhi's Patiala House Court was to hear her bail plea, her anticipatory bail plea, and this is going to continue. The interim bail, a relief for Jacqueline, protection from arrest, at least till the 15th of November, when the court is going to hear the matter once again at 4 o'clock. The bail order has been deferred. The court has said the final order will come on the 15th of November. This matter was in the court where Jacqueline Fernandez was asking for anticipatory bail and the ED was pushing for... In fact, the ED had expressed their concerns about granting bail to actor Jacqueline Fernandez in this entire matter. Jacqueline has once again got relief up until the 15th of November, when the court is going to hear the matter once again. Jacqueline, today, a few moments ago, these are pictures from today that you're watching on your screens right now, had appeared before Delhi's Patiala House Court in connection to the 200 crore extortion case. So at least for now, Jacqueline Fernandez is not going to be arrested. Milan, she gets relief until the 15th of November. But tell me, while deferring this matter, what did the court say? What were the reasons essentially for deferring this matter? Was that said by the court at all?
No, Sneha. In fact, what we get to understand from the court is that no such reason has been given at the moment as to why this particular bail has been deferred. One of the reasons that we understand from our sources is that perhaps the bail order was not ready by the time that it was set for today, and which is why it has been now delayed. And the court has said that the final order will be out on the 15th of November on the 4th. Meanwhile, Jacqueline continues to be on an interim bail, and that bail continues for her. So then she has to inform the police officials, inform the Enforcement Directorate of anywhere that she'll be traveling. And of course, the ED can then decide to question her further, but that will be decided later. For now, we can't look at it as a relief from some point, because the final order remains to be pronounced by this court, which will be done on the 15th of November. And that would perhaps decide that she would get a full regular bail on that day, which didn't happen today. And she continues to be on an interim bail order. So then that would decide whether she would be arrested or not. And finally, because the court was perhaps not ready to give out that order today, it was delayed until 15th of November. Sneha.
All right. Milan, I'm thanking you for the moment for getting us all of those details. So what we know is that there is relief for Jacqueline Fernandez at least up until the 15th of November when the court is going to hear this matter. Once again, protection from arrest for Jacqueline Fernandez, at least for the time being. Relief for Jacqueline Fernandez, given that the ED has been opposing her bail plea. Today was the hearing in this entire matter. Jacqueline was present in court again in person, where the Delhi Patiala House Court has once again deferred this matter till the 15th of November. So no arrest for Jacqueline Fernandez up until the 15th of November. ED meanwhile has expressed their concerns already to the court in the past on several occasions of granting bail to Jacqueline in the case. With that report, it's time for a quick commercial break. Here, much more news on the other side.
You are watching India Today.
News is about putting people first. Just look at the queues right across. About asking the right questions to those in power. Is money power being used to bring down elected governments? Who will be held accountable for ministerial corruption? It takes no sides.
माँ का दर्द एक दर्द कोई नहीं समझ सकता उस दर्द को.
It reveals. It heals. Angry people came out on the streets.
Is this the kind of justice system we want in this country?
News is all heart and no hatred.
बिल्किस बानो आज क्या कहना चाहेंगी आप?
हमारे साथ जो हुआ है किसी के साथ भी नहीं होना चाहिए.
Experience the news. With me, Rajdeep Sardesai, only on India Today.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices.
Bengaluru is all set to get a swanky new airport terminal. Tehe, iconic Terminal 2 at the Kempegowda International Airport. But a legacy war has now erupted over the Kempegowda statue that will be unveiled at the terminal by Prime Minister Narendra Modi. With the Congress even claiming that government funds have been misused for the 108 feet bronze statue of the city's founder.
More than 2,000 acres for commercial exploitation. Airport would have built it. Why you needed government money? Why is the Chief Secretary sitting quiet? Who is the Airport Authority Chairman? It is the Karnataka government. We are the chairman, we are running the show. They would have built it. Why you took? There was no need.
The opposition further questioned the need for the new terminal, questioning why the Bommai government has spent funds on this project instead of filling the city's killer potholes.
To invite Narendra Modi ji, this government Surprisingly, they started to fill up the potholes. From last 1.5 months, several people they have died. At that time, there is no seriousness in the government.
Built at a cost of rupees 5,000 crore, the new terminal has been designed as a tribute to the garden city of Bengaluru. With sprawling green walls, hanging gardens and outdoor greens to enable flyers the experience of walking in the garden. With the inauguration of Terminal 2 by Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the passenger handling capacity of Kia as well as counters for check-in and immigration will double.
You are watching India Today.
Welcome back. Delhi liquor scam dangle is only exploding by the day. The Enforcement Directorate has dropped sensational charges against Arvind Kejriwal's deputy, Manish Sisodia. ED in its application said all 34 important people involved are suspected to be involved in the excise scam change. Total of 140 phones, valued at over 1 crore rupees, with the intention to destroy digital evidence. The ED further claimed timing of change of phones indicates that these phones are mostly changed after the scam surfaced. The probe agency also alleged that Sisodia leaked liquor excise policy to benefit his close aides. BJP took a dig at the Aam Aadmi Party, calling it the most corrupt party. The Saffron Party fired a salvo at Sisodia, saying he took 100 crores in advance from the businessman.
डिजिटल एविडेंस को ढकने के लिए लगभग 140 मोबाइल फोन 34 लोगों ने बदला है और इसमें एक्यूज्ड नंबर 1 कोई है तो उसका नाम है मनीष सिसोदिया. The copy of the whole excise policy, which was declared on 5th of July 2021, was in fact leaked. इसे लीक कर दिया गया था, इसे दे दिया गया था पहले से ही मनीष सिसोदिया के मित्रों को. 2 बिजनेसमैन गिरफ्तार हुए हैं और उनसे मालूम पड़ा है कि केवल 2 बिजनेसमैन से 100 करोड़ रुपए एडवांस पेमेंट लिया गया है.
The biggest proof of sabotage, obstruction and interference in the probe into Sharab Ghotala has now emerged when accused number 1, Manish Sisodia, who is a deputy chief minister in charge of excise and the liquor policy, has now demanded the access to the files relating to Sharab Ghotala, and that too on a pen drive. This is a clear-cut case of trying to obstruct and interfere with the process of the law. And with this proof which has now come out, it is untenable for Mr. Manish Sisodia to continue as a minister. He should have been sacked long back, but Mr. Kejriwal kept him as the minister despite him being accused number 1.
Time for a quick commercial break. Here on the other side, politics escalates over Kempegowda's statue launch after Prime Minister Modi hails contributions of Kempegowda. Siddaramaiah attacks the Prime Minister, asks, does BJP follow values of Kempegowda or not?
You are watching India Today. India Today.
Hello and welcome. You're watching India Today TV. I'm Sneha Murdani. Let's tell you what the top stories this Friday evening are. Supreme Court directs release of 6 Rajiv Gandhi killers. Rajiv Assassination convicts to walk free. Congress unhappy, calls the move wholly untenable. Politics escalates over Kempegowda statue launch after Prime Minister Modi hails the contributions of Kempegowda. Siddaramaiah attacks the Prime Minister, asks, does the BJP follow values of Kempegowda or not?
यहाँ के लोगों को केम्पेगौड़ा जी की महान देन है। इस बसावट में उन्होंने जिन बारीकियों का ख्याल रखा है वो अद्भुत, अद्वितीय है।
Supreme Court extends protection of the Shivling in the Gyanvapi case. Protection of area to continue till further orders. Relief for Jacqueline Fernandez. 3 arrested for murder of Punjab sacrilege accused. Cops claim 6 shooters were involved, out of which 3 are absconding. Cops say shooters linked to gangster Goldie Baran. News just coming in after the detention of NCP leader Jitendra Awhad. The supporters have staged a protest outside the Vartak Nagar police station, shouting slogans. Many detained, including former MP Anand Panaranjpe. We're getting in pictures, in fact, of where there was ruckus at a cinema theatre in Thane, in which Jitendra Awhad was involved and was seen abusing and physically assaulting cinegoers. For this reason, Awhad has been detained by the police in Thane, and the protesters once again are out on the streets. We have a reaction from NCP Supriya Sule. Let's go straight to that.
श्री जितेंद्र अवार्ड, राष्ट्रवादी कांग्रेस के वरिष्ठ नेता, इनको पुलिस स्टेशन में बुलाया गया। पुलिस स्टेशन में इंक्वायरी हुई और दबते हुए आवाज में सुनने को आया कि ऊपर से दबाव है। अभी ऊपर से किसका दबाव है वो मुझे पता नहीं, लेकिन एक चीज़ है कि महाराष्ट्र की पुलिस ये बहुत अच्छी पुलिस है। इस राज्य के पुलिसों पे देश नाच करता है, इनसे ही सीखता है और मुझे पूरा महाराष्ट्र की पुलिस पे विश्वास है। और किसका फ़ोन आया ये मुझे पता नहीं, लेकिन दबती आवाज में वहां सुनने को आया पुलिस स्टेशन में कि ऊपर से बहुत सारा दबाव है।
Mustafa Sheikh is getting us more details on that story. Mustafa, this is rather predictable with these allegations being made by Jitendra Awhad on a Facebook post saying that the police are under pressure from above to arrest him.
Well, clearly now there is politics on this issue. Jitendra Awhad is an MLA from the NCP, and after his arrest, Supriya Sule, the MP from NCP, has made these comments saying that there are many law and order issues which are taking place, but sitting ministers are not being arrested. People who are doing protests are being arrested. That's the version. The government, in its defense, has said that Jitendra Awhad and his workers, supporters had taken law into their own hands. One person was arrested, and hence this entire arrest has been made. So it's a strict message which is being sent out to opposition. Taking law and order in hand is something which will be penalized, and that's what has happened with NCP MLA Jitendra Awhad. Back to you.
Mustafa Sheikh, I'm thanking you for the moment for getting us all of those details. Statue war has erupted in Karnataka minutes after the Prime Minister unveiled the 108-feet statue of the founder of Bengaluru, Kempegowda. Political fireworks have exploded. Former Chief Minister and senior Congress leader Siddaramaiah targeted the Prime Minister and the BJP in a series of tweets, asking, if the BJP government in Karnataka is a true follower of Kempegowda and his values. Congress is also taking claim to Kempegowda's legacy, claiming that it was their party that named the Bengaluru airport after the city's founder. The party has accused the BJP of ruining the city built by Kempegowda to a city that is notorious for 40% commission, potholes and floods.
यहाँ के लोगों को केम्पे गौड़ा जी की महान देन है। इस बसावट में उन्होंने जिन बारीकियों का ख्याल रखा है वो अद्भुत, अद्वितीय है। सदियों पहले उन्होंने बेंगलुरु के लोगों के लिए कॉमर्स, कल्चर और कन्वीनियंस की योजना तैयार कर दी थी। उनकी दूरदृष्टि का फायदा आज भी बेंगलुरु के लोगों को मिल रहा है। आज केम्पेगौड़ा इंटरनेशनल एयरपोर्ट के दूसरे टर्मिनल का भी उद्घाटन हुआ है। मैंने सोशल मीडिया पर एयरपोर्ट के नए टर्मिनल की कुछ तस्वीरें पोस्ट की थी और आज वहां जाकर लगा कि नया टर्मिनल तस्वीरों में जितना सुंदर दिख रहा है उससे भी ज्यादा भव्य है, आधुनिक है।
We have never objected to the BJP unveiling Nadaprabhu Kempegowda's statue. But the problem is the BJP is heavily focused only on optics and not real work actually. So the question is, you have done the statue, great, we commend you for that. But what is the BJP's contribution? What is the double engine's contribution to Bangalore, to Karnataka? From being pensioners' paradise, we have gone to a pothole paradise. From being a cosmopolitan city, we have become the corruption capital. From being a Silicon City, we have become the sinking capital. Why aren't they talking about those things?
That earlier when you came before the election, you said that Congress is doing 10% sarkar. Now a contractor association, president and various other people have written letter to you that your government, BJP government is collecting 40%. We want you to reply to them on this. No action has been initiated and lot of deaths, suicides have been occurring. A big corruption rampage is going on. Karnataka has become the most corrupt state. Unemployment problem has gone up very high. No employment facilities to the youngsters. So all these problems are there. So we have written a letter to him. When you come tomorrow, we welcome you. You have to please reply to all these charges which has been leveled against the government.
The 108-feet statue of Nadaprabhu Kempegowda is again a very welcoming move because Kempegowda's contribution to Karnataka is humongous. A man who envisioned 1,000 lakes for Bengaluru. Today, all those lakes are encroached by BJP. The roads which Kempegowda wanted for Bangalore, they have really been taken a toll and people are dying because of mismanagement and potholes. And second thing, 40% commission. The government of 40% commission today, we all know that even your channel had a program where every trader, every person had to really come and say that this government is charging them 40% commission for doing any infrastructure work. But however, regarding the inauguration, it is not a political program. It is a program for people of Karnataka and Kannadiga.
Raj is getting us more details on that story. Karnataka all set to go to polls and the Congress there also leaving no stone unturned to take the BJP government on various issues again.
Absolutely, and we have seen the statements from Siddaramaiah as well as DK Shivakumar, where DK Shivakumar went on to say that he was part of a planning committee of Terminal 2, and despite being a former member, the previous government, the present government did not even try to invite him. And he has also said that it is a non-political program because the international airport as well as the train which was being inaugurated by Prime Minister today is for the entire Karnataka people, and they didn't even bother to invite any of the Congress members for this particular program. On the other side, Jitendra Awhad saying that the BJP has destroyed Bengaluru and they are not following the values of Kempegowda.
Sagam, thanking you for the moment for getting us those details. The politics continues on this entire matter with the Prime Minister in Bangalore and the Congress taking him on. Moving on, the Supreme Court has set free all of 7 Rajiv Gandhi killers, including Nalini Sriharan, R.P. Ravichandran, and 4 others serving life sentence in the assassination case. A bench of Justices B.R. Gavai and B.V. Nagarathna set the judgment of the top court in the case of A.G. Peraivalan. On one of the convicts in this case is applicable actually in this one as well, and that's how this order was passed today. The Congress has reacted strongly to the Supreme Court's order. The party's communications in charge, Jairam Ramesh, calling the court's decision unacceptable and completely erroneous. Ramesh said, "It is unfortunate that the apex court has not acted in consonance with the spirit of India." Interestingly, the Congress is fuming at the release of the convicts, which has been ordered by the court. The Gandhis themselves have publicly declared that they have forgiven the killers. Priyanka Gandhi Vandra, in fact, a few years ago, also visited convict Nalini in jail.
Nalini, please tell us, how would you look at the order coming in from the Supreme Court? An early release for you?
Very happy because all 6 have come out. All 6 have been released. And I thank all the judges in the Supreme Court with my wholehearted, praise.
Nalini, you were the one who's moved the apex court seeking early release from prison, and that was turned down by the Madras High Court, and you've been fighting this for quite a while now. Finally, it appears that the Supreme Court has heard you.
Yeah.
Tell us a little on basis of which you've asked for an early release.
Along with Ravichandran, one of the accused in this case, we both tried in Supreme Court. So we got the release.
Family of Nalini, in fact, is overjoyed by her release and is awaiting her return home after decades.
என்ன சொல்ல முடியாத ஒரு சந்தோஷமா 30 ஆண்டு காலம் நான் என் புள்ள வருமான்னு சொல்லிட்டு வேண்டிக்கிட்டு இருந்ததுக்கு நல்லபடியா நமக்கு அரசாங்கம் உதவி செஞ்சு இந்த 6 பேரையும் வெளியே எடுத்து போட்டாங்க. நளினியை கட்டி பிடிச்சி முத்தம் கொடுத்தேன். புரியுதுங்களா? நீ நல்லபடியா இருக்கிறமா, இனிமே உன் படிப்பு வச்சு முன்னேறிக்கோ. நாங்களா எங்களுக்கு ஒரு நல்ல வேலை கொடுத்து ஒரு வீடை கொடுத்தா ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சியா இருக்கும். நான் கவர்மெண்ட்டுக்கு நன்றி சொல்றதுக்கு சாசமா இருக்கேன். முதல்ல வாழ்நாள் முழுக்க என்னுடைய உடம்புல இருக்கிற ஒவ்வொரு செல்லும் நன்றி சொல்ல கடமைப்பட்டிருக்கு. நல்ல சுவாசம், ஆரோக்கியமான சுவாசத்தை கவர்மெண்ட் ஸ்டாலின் ஐயா கொடுத்துட்டாரு எங்களுக்கு. புரியுதா? அது மறக்கவே முடியாது. நாங்க
30 வருஷத்துக்கு அப்புறம் ரிலீஸ் பண்ணிருக்காங்க. ரொம்ப பெரிய மகிழ்ச்சியான விஷயம் இல்ல. இந்த விடுதலைன்றது சரி ரொம்ப மகிழ்ச்சியா இருக்குது. எவ்வளவு நாள் இருந்தது நினைச்சா கஷ்டமா இருக்குது.
सौहार्द से ऐसे घिनौने, ऐसे जघन्य अपराध के लोग जो अभियुक्त नहीं है, कन्विक्ट हैं, जिन्होंने सोच समझकर प्लानिंग करके एक पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री की हत्या की, उसको न्यायपालिका किसी रूप से फायदा दे रही हो। सुप्रीम कोर्ट, उच्चतम न्यायालय ने खुद ने बार बार कहा है कि सिर्फ अगर आपने कुछ समय कारागार के पीछे बिताया है, वो कारण नहीं हो सकता रिहाई का। कई निर्णय हैं। स्टेट ऑफ गुजरात वर्सेस नारायण एक निर्णय है। हर केस को उसके संदर्भ में देखना पड़ता है, और पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री की हत्या से बड़ा संदर्भ कोई नहीं हो सकता। तीसरा, उच्चतम न्यायालय ने बहुत हद तक एक सर्वोपरि प्रधानता दी है तमिलनाडु प्रदेश के स्टैंड को कि उनको रिहा करना चाहिए। हमारा आदरपूर्वक निवेदन है कि अंतिम शब्द तमिलनाडु सरकार का नहीं होता, अंतिम शब्द उच्चतम न्यायालय का होता है। कोई भी स्टैंड लिया हो तमिलनाडु सरकार ने। इस संदर्भ में मैं 5-6 प्रश्न बड़े संक्षेप में पूछना चाहता हूं, बल्कि प्रस्तुत करना चाहता हूं, पूछना तो नहीं है, प्रस्तुत करना चाहता हूं देश के सामने आपके जरिए। पहला, कि जो जघन्य अपराध पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री की हत्या में निहित है, क्या उस केस में आप इस प्रकार का प्रेफरेंशियल प्रेफरेंशियल शब्द महत्वपूर्ण है, ट्रीटमेंट दे सकते हैं उन लोगों को जो कन्विक्ट हो चुके हैं उच्चतम न्यायालय तक ऐसे जघन्य अपराध के लिए। दूसरा, भविष्य में इस प्रकार के अपराध या इससे कहीं ज्यादा, कहीं कम गंभीर अपराध, उसमें उच्चतम न्यायालय मना कैसे करेगी रिहाई का, अगर ये प्रेसिडेंट मान लिया गया तो। तीसरा, अगर रिहाई का कारण स्वास्थ्य अस्वस्थता है, अगर रिहाई का कारण काफी समय बिता देना है जेल में, अगर रिहा का कारण अच्छा एक कॉन्डक्ट है जेल के पीछे, तो मैं समझता हूं कि ये हजारों ऐसे व्यक्तियों को लागू होता है, लाखों को जो आज गलत चार्जेस पे भारतीय जेल्स में पड़े हैं। उच्चतम न्यायालय किसी रूप से एक तरफ ध्यान नहीं दे सकती और उन सबको भुला दे या उनकी विद्यमान होने की प्रक्रिया को इग्नोर कर सके। चौथा, पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री का जो एक हत्या होती है, वो ये सबसे महत्वपूर्ण मुद्दा है। ये चौथा मुद्दा, पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री की हत्या, जैसे मैंने कहा, भारतीय संप्रभुता, अक्षुण्णता, भारत की इंटेग्रिटी का विषय है। राजनीतिक रंग कोई भी हो, प्रधानमंत्री पदासीन हो या पूर्व हो, ये भारत पर आघात होता है। उसको आप आम कोई अपराध नहीं मान सकते और उसको आम प्रशासनिक कारणों से रिहाई नहीं दे सकते। ये बड़ा रोचक मामला था। पांचवा मेरा बिंदु, याचक रिहाई चाहते थे, जो मुख्य प्रतिपक्ष था प्रदेश सरकार, वो उनका समर्थन कर रही थी। इस सिनारियो में मैं समझता हूं उच्चतम न्यायालय बाध्य था कि केंद्र सरकार जो विद्यमान थी उनके मत को भी पूरा वजन दे, ज्यादा वजन दे। केंद्र सरकार ने कुछ भी कहा हो, लेकिन यह तो स्पष्ट है कि केंद्र सरकार प्रदेश सरकार के मत से असहमत थी। लेकिन प्रदेश सरकार के मत को इतना ज्यादा वजन देना कानूनी रूप से गलत है, जबकि केंद्र सरकार ने कभी उस मत से सहमति प्रकट नहीं की। छठा, इस परिणाम का एक बड़ा विशेष, एक बड़ा आश्चर्यजनक परिणाम भी हो सकता है इस निर्णय का, और वो आश्चर्यजनक परिणाम यह है कि प्रदेश सरकार का जो भी सुझाव होगा रिहाई का, वो करीब करीब बाध्य मान लिया जाएगा उच्चतम न्यायालय द्वारा। ये हो ही नहीं सकता, ये कानून में गलत है। और अंतिम, सबसे महत्वपूर्ण, उच्चतम न्यायालय इस बात का संज्ञान उन्होंने लिया है। वो जानते हैं कि कोई ऐसा प्रावधान नहीं था उनके पास जिसके अंतर्गत ये रिहाई का आदेश हो सकता था। इसीलिए प्रयोग हुआ 142 अनुच्छेद का, जो बना है सिर्फ उच्चतम न्यायालय के लिए और जो उन विशेष केसेस में लागू होता है जहां और कोई पावर नहीं हो। तो आप एक विशेष प्रावधान संविधान का इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं, किसके लिए? पूर्व प्रधानमंत्री के जघन्य हत्या के कांड में। मैं समझता हूं ये उपयुक्त नहीं है, ये गलत है, और इसलिए हम विनम्रतापूर्वक कहते हैं कि हमारे पास जो भी कानूनी विकल्प होंगे वो हम इस्तेमाल करेंगे, और हम प्रार्थना करेंगे माननीय न्यायालय से कि ये निर्णय खड़ा नहीं होना चाहिए। नाउ फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन ऑन दिस, देयर इज समथिंग एल्स। I've already said so 3 times. I've said so.
So what is the next move from the Congress party? Is there a review petition like
No, this is the same thing I have already said in my statement. I've said that we have expressed our view very clearly, very categorically. Whatever rights are available, I don't want to limit it to review because criminal law review has some narrower connotations. But whatever rights are available to us, we shall certainly try and exercise them. But it is more important to make our stand clear in front of the nation through you. And that is what I am doing, and I think that is even more important than anything else.
Your views are diametrically opposite to what Mrs. Gandhi, to what Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi Bada. When Priyanka Gandhi went to Bengaluru jail, against all...
We understand your question. Now, you know when Mrs. Sonia Gandhi gave this personal statement, how many years ago? Do you know when the Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi gave this statement years ago? What was our reaction from this very podium? So we are very consistent. This is an institutional matter. It's a matter
All right, Anisha is with us. Anisha, very interesting statement there coming in from the Congress. And we've spoken about this in the past as well. Was this the personal opinion of the Gandhis, both Mrs. Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi, also Priyanka Gandhi Vadra in the past? But the sense was that they have forgiven the killers. But here the position that the Congress has taken is really contrary, also indicating that this is a matter that they're going to be taking up legally as well. Anisha.
Well, Sneha, these are two issues that need to be kept separate. The victim saying that we want to forgive the accused or the convicts versus the legal system saying that because there are other criteria involved, we are going to release the convicts. Under the legal system of India, these are considered very, very different things. Of course, in this particular case, over the years, we've seen that the political and the legal has been inexorably intertwined, where we've seen the Tamil Nadu politics playing out with regard to the release of these convicts. We've seen Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi making statements about forgiving these particular convicts. But when it comes to this, the legal issues involved, what the Supreme Court has done is use its plenary power to grant remission, to grant release, because the state government had given the recommendation to release them, but the governor had been sitting on this decision for several years. Now, when we look at it as a larger perspective, of course, what the Congress is now saying is that how could the court take this kind of a decision, especially since the central government, that is through the governor, had not yet taken a decision. And this is something that the Congress had said earlier as well, that just because Sonia Gandhi is saying that she forgives these people for what they had done for the assassination of her husband, does not mean that the legal system should let them go in this manner. And we've seen the kind of political versus legal statements coming in over the last several years, as long as this entire issue has been before the court. But if you look at what the court has said today, it is the similar order that was passed in May when A.G. Pararivalan was granted remission and released, with the Supreme Court noting that they have been in jail for a very long period of time, that a part of that sentence was also carried out in solitary confinement, that the state government has given the recommendation for their remission, for their release, and the fact that despite the recommendation from the state government, the governor has not taken a decision, and that is why the Supreme Court has chosen to step in. We are seeing, of course, we will see some sort of political statements coming in on this issue. But at the end of the day, it is the Supreme Court choosing to use its extraordinary power to take a decision, which of course now the Congress is saying they do not agree with.
And they will challenge it legally as well, is something they've made it clear. I'm thanking you, Anisha, at the moment for getting us up to speed with all of those developments. In other news today, the Delhi liquor scam dangle is only exploding by the day. The ED, or the Enforcement Directorate, has dropped sensational charges against Arvind Kejriwal's deputy, Manish Sisodia. ED in the application said all 34 important people involved or suspected to be involved in the excise scam changed total of 140 phones, valued at over 1 crore rupees, with the intention to destroy digital evidence. The ED has also further claimed the timing of change of phones indicates these phones are mostly changed after the scam surfaced. The probe agency alleged Sisodia leaked liquor excise policy to benefit his close aides. BJP has taken a dig at the AAP, calling it the most corrupt party. The Saffron Party fired salvo at Sisodia, saying that he took 100 crores in advance from the businessman.
डिजिटल एविडेंस को ढकने के लिए लगभग 140 मोबाइल फोन 34 लोगों ने बदला है, और इसमें एक्यूज्ड नंबर 1 कोई है तो उसका नाम है मनीष सिसोदिया. The copy of the whole excise policy, which was declared on 5th of July 2021, was in fact leaked. इसे लीक कर दिया गया था, इसे दे दिया गया था पहले से ही मनीष सिसोदिया के मित्रों को. 2 बिजनेसमैन गिरफ्तार हुए हैं और उनसे मालूम पड़ा है कि केवल 2 बिजनेसमैन से 100 करोड़ रुपए एडवांस पेमेंट लिया गया है.
The biggest proof of sabotage, obstruction and interference in the probe into Sharab Ghotala has now emerged when accused number 1, Manish Sisodia, who is a deputy chief minister in charge of excise and the liquor policy, has now demanded the access to the files relating to Sharab Ghotala, and that too on a pen drive. This is a clear-cut case of trying to obstruct and interfere with the process of the law. And with this proof which has now come out, it is untenable for Mr. Manish Sisodia to continue as a minister. He should have been sacked long back, but Mr. Kejriwal kept him as the minister despite him being accused number one.
All right, so this is the ED's bombshell charges against Manish Sisodia. What then are these charges? Number one, 140 phones worth over 1 crore rupees were used. So that's one charge. So this is something that the ED is saying. The phones changed after the scam essentially surfaced. That's the second charge. The third charge is that the intention to destroy digital evidence, and that's the reason why these phones were changed in such a fashion. That's what the ED essentially is saying, accusing the Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi. Liquor policy leaked to traders well in advance. So there were others who actually got undue benefits in this fashion because of Manish Sisodia. Charge number 5, license was given to traders, part of cartels. So there was a quid pro quo, a nexus of sorts is what the ED is saying. Charge number 6 is that Binoy, Vijay, Samir created this nexus of liquor manufacturers. That's what the ED is saying, leveling these very serious allegations against the Chief Minister, Deputy Chief Minister, I beg your pardon, of Delhi, Manish Sisodia, who is really second in command to the Chief Minister, Arvind Kejriwal. Well, politically, it's playing out predictably, like we saw the BJP going all guns blazing against the AAP. Clearly, we have the battle lines drawn as far as the liquor gate scandal as being alleged by the BJP is concerned, and the ED has also leveled some very serious allegations against Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia. The liquor scam dangle only exploding by the day, with the ED just dropping these very sensational charges against Manish Sisodia in its application, saying that there were many people involved or suspected to be involved in the excise scam, and all of these people essentially changed a total of 140 phones. Amit Bhardwaj has more details on that story. Amit, the crux of what the ED is saying is that continuously attempts were being made to destroy the digital evidence herein.
Well, absolutely right, Sneha. You know, the enforcement directorate from day one has been trying to zero down the accused in the case, and we know for a matter of fact that from day one there were strong suspicions whether the enforcement directorate will be able to track down the money trail in this particular. Reason being that that is the only way to make the case stronger as far as the ED's perspective is concerned. Now, there are new claims that are being made by the enforcement directorate in the liquor gate or the liquor policy case of the national capital, which involves claims in the court that around about 100 crore rupees were paid indirectly to Vijay Nair. Through Vijay Nair, there are claims that over 140 mobile phones devices were acquired and used to devise and execute the entire plan to give undue advantage to the vendors in this particular case. And there are claims as well that a draft policy of the liquor excise policy of 2021 and 2022 was with certain people, the people who are not authorized to have that draft policy in their laptops way beyond, way before the actual policy was issued and officially released by the government. So the entire premise here is the attempt that is of the central agency is that, saying that this was a classified document and it was leaked to certain individual so that they can get undue advantage.
These were very strong allegations against Manish Sisodia. Amit, I'm thanking you for the moment, but we're staying with news of the tu-tu-mai-mai between the AAP and the BJP, and the battle lines have been drawn in Delhi city ahead of the much anticipated municipal corporation elections. These are the MCD polls in Delhi. AAP chief and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal released his party's 10 promises for Delhiites should they finally win the civic polls. Among the top guarantees are solving the garbage menace, timely payment to MCD employees, revamping MCD schools and health facilities. The BJP has hit back, releasing 10 achievements of AAP as a jibe. The Saffron Party has started liquor scam, Sukesh extortion link, Satyendra Jain Hawala scam, polluted Yamuna River as few of the achievements of the Aam Aadmi Party government.
एक भी गली इन्होंने ठीक नहीं की 5 साल में, एक भी गली ठीक नहीं की इन्होंने। उल्टे जितनी और गलियां थी वो भी खराब हो गई। इन्होंने कहा था जो 3 कूड़े के पहाड़ हैं वो खत्म कर देंगे। अब मैं इनके नेताओं को टीवी पे देख रहा हूं, वो कह रहे हैं नहीं कूड़े के पहाड़ तो हर शहर में होते हैं। मैं इनसे पूछना था लंदन में कहां है कूड़े के पहाड़, टोक्यो में कहां है कूड़े के पहाड़, न्यूयॉर्क में कहां है कूड़े के पहाड़, वाशिंगटन में कहां है कूड़े के पहाड़, पेरिस में कहां है कूड़े के पहाड़। कहते हैं कूड़े के पहाड़ तो हर, मतलब अब ये कह रहे हैं हो ही नहीं सकते, अब ये कह रहे हैं अब नहीं करेंगे हम। ऊपर वाला हमारे साथ है, ऊपर वाला सच के साथ होता है। हम लड़ाई झगड़ा नहीं करते, हम गुंडागर्दी नहीं करते, और जो हम करते हैं, हम बिजली मुफ्त करते हैं, ये नहीं कर सकते। हम 24 घंटे बिजली देते हैं, मुफ्त में देते हैं। ये ऊपर वाले से वरदान मिला हुआ है मेरे को, इनको नहीं मिला हुआ। ये जादू मैं ही कर सकता हूं और कोई कर ही नहीं सकता। हम स्कूल ठीक करते हैं, वो यही कर सकता है पूरे देश में, और स्कूल ठीक कोई नहीं कर सकता। तो मनीष सिसोदिया हमारे पास ये, उनके पास नहीं है। हम अस्पताल ठीक करते हैं, वो सतिंदर जी नहीं कर सकते। आज तक 75 साल में कोई पैदा ही नहीं हुआ इस देश में जो अस्पताल ठीक कर दे, मोहल्ला क्लिनिक बना दे। उन्होंने कहा था हम केजरीवाल हमको पैसे नहीं देता नगर निगम को, अब हम केजरीवाल से पैसे नहीं मांगेंगे, अब हम सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट से फंड लेके आएंगे। 5 साल इन्होंने केवल और केवल मुझे गाली देने के सिवा 1 पैसा सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने नहीं दिया। 1 पैसा, 1 नया पैसा, चवन्नी भी नहीं दी सेंट्रल गवर्नमेंट ने एमसीडी को। सेम पार्टी की सरकार है। अभी तक तो होता था राज्य सरकारें कहती थी कि केंद्र सरकार पैसे नहीं देती, अब केंद्र सरकार आके कह रही है जी राज्य सरकार हमको पैसे नहीं देती। मतलब शर्म भी नहीं आती इनको।
After Bharatiya Janata Party, it was Aam Aadmi Party that has announced its guarantee cards for the upcoming MCD elections. Aam Aadmi Party chief and Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal made 10 promises to the Delhiwalas while appealing them to vote up to power in the MCD elections. And these 10 promises included ending the corruption regime in the MCD, as well as regularization of the contractual employees' salary by 7th, along with mitigation of the garbage menace and landfills in the national capital. What needs to be noted here is that this time around, the AAP chief has not made any announcements which can be categorized under the freebies category. Along with this, Arvind Kejriwal also claimed that the Bharatiya Janata Party will not get more than 20 seats in the MCD elections scheduled for December 4th. With video journalist Shailendra Kumar, this is Amit Bhardwaj reporting for India Today from Delhi.
All right, and this has happened in the past as well. The Congress is overlooking all the criticism and giving importance to Jagdish Titler. The Congress is obviously facing flack from its political rivals for giving a significant role in the MCD elections to 1984 anti-Sikh riots accused Jagdish Titler. The Grand Old Party has appointed Titler. One of the 40 leaders is part of their panel for the civic polls in Delhi. The BJP is fuming over the move, calling it an insult to Sikh victims who faced attack in 1984 under Titler's orders. BJP leader Manjinder Singh Sirsa accused the Congress of saving Titler in fear that he could reveal the role of Gandhis in the riots. And this isn't the first time. Congress has been criticized by its political rivals for giving patronage to Titler in the past as well. During Kharge's oath-taking ceremony, the 1984 riots accused was seen sitting alongside the top brass. In 2021, Titler was appointed permanent invitee to Delhi Congress.
कि धर्म के आधार पर समाज को बांटना और उसका राजनीतिक लाभ उठाना, ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी सर्वश्रेष्ठ है। इसमें किसी भी राजनीतिक दल में का इतना ज़्यादा इसमें नहीं है, भारतीय जनता पार्टी भी सर्वश्रेष्ठ है।
ये दिखाता है कि किस प्रकार से कांग्रेस पार्टी सिखों से नफरत करती है और इसीलिए उनके जख्मों पर 1984 के दंगा पीड़ितों के जख्मों पर एसिड रगड़ने के लिए जगदीश टाइटलर को पॉलिटिकली अकोमोडेट और एम्पावर कर रही है, क्योंकि जगदीश टाइटलर गांधी परिवार के बहुत खास माने जाते हैं।
I think he has been punished for his crimes
and he will continue to, if he is in liberty, if he is outside and not confined, he can perform whatever functions are required to be performed.
अगर वो अक्यूज नहीं था तो 2 अगस्त 2005 में मंत्री 10 अगस्त 2005 को मंत्री पद से क्यों हटाया, और अगर मंत्री पद से हटाया, एमपी पद से हटाया, तो फिर अब गले क्यों लगाया? दोनों समय में क्या अंतर आ गया? क्या अब जगदीश डाइटर वो कातिल आपको ज्यादा अच्छा लगने लगा?
आज के ध्यान भटकाने वाला कार्यक्रम भारतीय जनता पार्टी का कंप्लीट हो चुकी है, क्योंकि उनको जो 21 दिन ऐसे मुद्दे चाहिए, क्योंकि धरातल पर प्रदेश की जनता परेशान है। मैं आपके माध्यम से स्पष्ट रूप से कहना चाहता हूं, ये डे 1 है। अब अगले 1 महीना हर रोज इसी तरह के मुद्दे लाएंगे ताकि आप इनसे सवाल न करें।
1984 ऑपरेशन ब्लू स्टार और बाद में जो 1984 दिल्ली में हुआ, श्रीमती इंदिरा गांधी की हत्या हो गई, परंतु अगर नहीं भी हत्या होती तो भी 1984 की दिल्ली में घटना होनी थी। इसलिए ये हमारे जख्मों पर बार बार नमक छिड़कते हैं। इनको लगता है कि ऐसा करने से शायद उनको कुछ एक मन में भाव आता होगा कि उनको लगता होगा कि शायद ये चीज़ें भूल जाएंगे। ऐसा होने वाला नहीं है।
84 के दंगों में जो भी गुनाहगार है उसे माफ़ नहीं किया जा सकता। बहुत भयानक दंगे थे, लेकिन जगदीश टाइटलर के खिलाफ कोई क्रिमिनल केस पेंडिंग नहीं है। भारतीय जनता पार्टी राजनीति कर रही है। आज तो सत्ता आपके पास है। अगर टाइटलर गुनाहगार है तो वो बाहर कैसे घूम रहे? उन्हें जेल के अंदर डालिए, लेकिन इस पे राजनीति मत कीजिए।
कोई भी दंगा जब होता है ना, चाहे 84 हो या 2002 के दंगों की पृष्ठभूमि लोग लेकर के तो लोग कहां से कहां पहुंच गए। नजरिया एक होना चाहिए। कोई भी दंगा होता है ना, आहत भावनाओं को हीलिंग की जरूरत पड़ती है। जो बात कांग्रेस पर लागू होती है वही बात बीजेपी पे लागू होती है, और वही बात आम आदमी पार्टी पर भी लागू होती है। आईना सामने रख करके ही हो चर्चा।
All right, it's time for a break. And now on the other side, we're getting you details of the BJP, which is in all likelihood going to be announcing its second list of candidates for Gujarat Assembly polls today.
You are watching India Today.
Armed with facts, she takes the news by its horns.
Do you think the future of these students are not hampered?
Fierce, bold and direct, setting the tone for the biggest stories from every corner and every angle. Expect nothing but the unfiltered truth.
News first, niceties later. Watch me, Nabila Jamal, on India Today.
The BJP has released the first list for all the important Gujarat polls, changing as many as 38 MLAs to neutralize the 27-year-old long incumbency factor. Fielding Chief Minister Bhupendra Patel from his constituency Ghatlodiya. Patidar face Hardik Patel has been named as candidate in Biramgam.
यहाँ के लोगों के विकास के लिए कैसे काम किया जाए उस पर मुझे ध्यान देना है, और मुझे ये भरोसा है कि नरेंद्र भाई और अमित भाई का जो विकास का पथ है उस पथ को मैं अगर विरमगाम विधानसभा में लाऊंगा तो यहाँ के लोगों में एक बड़ी उत्साह और उम्मीद के साथ आगे बढ़ने की उम्मीद दिखेगी।
Rivava Jadeja, wife of cricketer Ravindra Jadeja, will contest from Jamnagar North.
आज खुशी का अवसर है। मेरे साथ साथ जितने भी कार्यकर्ता भाइयों बहनों का आज चुनाव हुआ है उम्मीदवार के तौर पे, तो उनके लिए भी मैं बहुत हार्दिक शुभकामना उनको दे रही हूँ। पार्टी ने जिस प्रकार मेरे ऊपर भरोसा दिखा के जता के मुझे ये जो अवसर प्राप्त मिला है, उनके लिए मैं तहे दिल से धन्यवाद करती हूँ।
5 Gujarat ministers, including the MLA from Morbi, are among those denied ticket. Former BJP MLA from Morbi, Kantilal Amrutia, who had jumped into the river after the bridge collapsed and saved lives, has been given the ticket. As expected, BJP poll mascot Modi will be the party's ace, holding over 25 rallies, road shows covering over 150 seats.
मुझे उम्मीद है नए चेहरे के साथ जो हम आगे बढ़ रहे हैं, जो हर बार 20-25% चेंज आता है, तो वही चेंज है, नई ताकत उससे मिलती है, लोगों को भी नए चेहरे के ऊपर विश्वास होता है, अपेक्षा भी होती है।
भूपेंद्र भाई पटेल को वाटोड़िया विधानसभा में 2 लाख से वोट से हम जिताने वाले हैं, पूरा रेकॉर्ड ब्रेक करने वाले।
गुजरात में विकास की जो राजनीति અને રાજનીતિમાં હજુ પણ ઉત્તમ સર્વોત્તમ ગુજરાતને લઈ જવાની જે વિશ્વાસ અમારામાં મૂક્યો છે એને વિકાસની રાજનીતિથી અમે આગળ વધારીશું.
A number of senior leaders from the state, including former Chief Minister Vijay Rupani and former Deputy Chief Minister Nitin Patel, has opted out of the poll race to give a free hand to party brass. With Saurabh Bhaktania and Gopi Maniyar, Bureau Report, India Today.
You are watching India Today.
Welcome back. Let's now take a look at stories from across the country in brief. BJP is likely to announce its second list of candidates for Gujarat Assembly elections. The BJP on Thursday announced its first list of 160 candidates, dropping 38 sitting legislators, including outgoing Assembly Speaker Nima Ben Acharya and Cabinet Ministers Pradeep Parmar, Rajendra Trivedi and others. AAP's Gujarat State President Gopal Italia to file his nomination from Katargaon of Surat. Ahead of filing his nomination, Gopal Italia will hold a mega Vijay Sankalp rally in his constituency. AAP Rajya Sabha MP Raghav Chadda will be participating in this rally for Italia's nomination. After BJP's promise Pakka House to slum residents, Arvind Kejriwal has announced 10 guarantees ahead of the Delhi municipal elections. Arvind Kejriwal is mainly focusing on garbage issue to attract voters through their 10 different guarantees related to sanitation, roads, taxes and functioning providing services to public. ED's plea against Shiv Sena MP Sanjay Raut and his frontman Praveen Raut for money laundering will be heard by Bombay High Court today. After the PMLA court in Mumbai granted bail to both, ED had approached the court immediately, but Justice Bharti Dangre had refused to stay the bail order and both the accused had walked out of prison. Former Indian captain Virat Kohli posted an emotional message on Twitter thanking fans for their support throughout the T20 World Cup campaign in Australia. Kohli says the Indian team left Australia with disappointment in their hearts and aimed to get better. It's time for a quick break. Here on the other side, Supreme Court extends protection of the Shivling in the Gyanvapi case. Protection of area to continue until further orders.
You are watching India Today.
सुविधा शहर की और ग्रामत्तिन आन्मा नगरत्तिन वसति. It is fine for urban and rural areas to be different. Difference is fine. Disparity is not. For a long time, inequality between urban and rural areas remained. But today, the nation is correcting this. Complete rural sanitation coverage, tap water to over 6 crore homes, 2.5 crore electricity connections, more rural roads are taking development to the people's doorstep. Sanitation was a concept very dear to Mahatma Gandhi. This has been revolutionized through Swachh Bharat. But we are not stopping at delivering just basics. Today, even the benefits of modern science and technology are reaching villages. 6 lakh kilometers of optic fiber cable have been laid to connect nearly 2 lakh gram panchayats. Rural areas have benefited from the low cost of internet data. Studies say that internet usage is growing much faster in rural areas than urban areas. This opens up a world of opportunities. Under the Swamitva scheme, we are using drones to map lands. We also provide people with property cards. Farmers are getting connected with many apps. They are getting the help of crores of soil health cards. A lot has been done, but there is much more to be done. You are the younger, brighter generation. You are greatly capable of building on this foundation. Friends, when it comes to rural development, we must take care of sustainability. Youth need to provide leadership in this. Sustainable agriculture is crucial for the future of rural areas. There is great enthusiasm for natural farming, for chemical-free farming. It reduces the country's dependence on fertilizer imports. It is also good for soil health and human health. We have already begun work in this direction. Our organic farming scheme is doing wonders, especially in the Northeast. In the last year's budget, we came out with a policy related to natural farming. You can play an important role in creating awareness about natural farming in villages. Regarding sustainable farming, there is one more important point youth must focus upon. The time has come to save agriculture from monoculture. Many native varieties of grains, millets, and other crops need to be revived. Many kinds of millets are mentioned even in the Sangama era. They were loved by the people of ancient Tamil Nadu. There are nutritious and climate resilient. Moreover, crop diversification helps save the soil and water. Your own university uses renewable energy. Solar energy installed capacity has increased almost 20-fold in the last 8 years. If solar energy becomes widespread in villages, India can become self-reliant in energy too. Friends, Gandhian thinker Vinoba Bhave once made an observation. He said that elections for village level bodies tend to divisive. Communities and even families end up breaking over them. In Gujarat, to counter this, we had started the Samras Gram Yojana. Villages that choose leader through mutual agreement were given certain incentives. This greatly reduced social conflicts. Young people can be worked with villagers to develop similar mechanism across India. If villages can be united, they can fight problems like crime, drugs, and anti-social elements. Friends, Mahatma Gandhi fought for a united and independent India. Gandhi Gram itself is a story of India's unity. This is where thousands of villagers came to a train to have a glimpse of Gandhiji. It did not matter where he was from. What mattered was both Gandhiji and the villagers were Indians. Tamil Nadu has always been the home of national consciousness. Here, Swami Vivekananda received a heroic welcome on his return from the West. Even last year, we witnessed the chants of Veer Vanakkam, the way Tamil people showed their respect for General Bipin Rawat, were deeply moving. Meanwhile, Kashi Tamil Sangamam will soon happen in Kashi. It will celebrate the bond between Kashi and Tamil Nadu. The people of Kashi are eager to celebrate Tamil Nadu's language, culture, and history. This is Ek Bharat Shresth Bharat in action. This love and respect for each other is the basis of our unity. I appeal to the youth graduating here to especially focus on encouraging unity. Friends, today I am in a region which has seen the power of Nari Shakti. This is where Rani Velu Nachiyar stayed when she was preparing to fight the British. I see young women graduating here as the biggest change makers. You will help rural women succeed. Their success is the nation's success. Friends, at a time when the world faced the worst crisis in a century, India has been a bright spot. Be it the world's largest vaccine drive, food security for the poorest, or being the world's growth engine, India has shown what it is made of. The world expects India to do great things because India's future is in the hands of a can-do generation of youth. Youth who not only accept challenges but also enjoy them. Youth who not only question but also find the answers. Youth who are not only fearless but are also tireless. Youth who not only aspire but also achieve. So my message to the youth graduating today is you are the builder of New India. You have the responsibility of leading India in its Amrit Kal, the next 25 years. Once again, congratulations to all of you and all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Gandhigram Rural Institute, deemed to the university, is
Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu there sharing the stage. With that report, it's time for a quick commercial break here. News continues on the other side.
You are watching India Today.
Statue war erupts over Kempegowda. Bengaluru founder, political flashpoint. PM unveils Kempegowda statue, Siddha taunts. Congress asks, does BJP follow Kempegowda values? Full-blown fight on Kempegowda legacy. Our top focus on 5 Live.
And once again, it isn't the real material problems of the people of Karnataka that is the topic of politics in that state that's going to the elections. Now it's a statue of the founder. But it's public money that's been used, and perhaps that's why it's blown up into a big fight. I'm Shiv Arur. This is 5 Live. As always, the headlines first. Supreme Court directs the release of 6 Rajiv Gandhi killers. Assassination convicts walk free. Congress unhappy, calls the move wholly untenable. This despite Rahul, Priyanka and Sonia in the past, quote-unquote, forgiving the killers of their loved one. Politics escalates over Kempegowda statue launch after Prime Minister hails contribution of Bengaluru's founder. Siddaramaiah attacks the Prime Minister, asks, does the BJP follow the values of Kempegowda?
यहाँ के लोगों को केम्पेगौड़ा जी की महान देन है। इस बसावट में उन्होंने जिन बारीकियों का ख्याल रखा है वो अद्भुत, अद्वितीय है।
Supreme Court extends protection of the alleged shivling in the Gyanvapi case. Protection of area to continue till further orders. Relief for actor Jacqueline Fernandez as court defers her bail order in 200 crore rupee extortion case linked to conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar. Interim bail continues for the actor. Final order on November the 15th. 3 arrested for murder of Punjab's sacrilege accused. Police claim 6 shooters were involved, out of which 3 are absconding. Cops say shooters linked to gangster Goldie Brar. If the old and the new can clash in one place today, it most probably will be the beautiful city of Bengaluru. This is a state that's headed into elections in just a few short months from now, but the ugly collision of ancient politics over Tipu Sultan and a spanking new airport on the outskirts of the city couldn't be a more jarring contrast. Politics has been played over Tipu Jayanti being celebrated by the AIMIM in the Idgah Maidan in Hubli. An old king who many in the current generation don't even recognize. The name doesn't seem familiar. A figure from India's past many centuries ago being invoked by vested interests to create politics and polarize the atmosphere in one of India's most progressive states. Because how else would a state have one of India's biggest and best airports coming up in that same place where Tipu Jayanti celebration politics is erupting in such a shameful way? That's one of the big contrasting images I wanted to put in your minds, viewer, before we get into our main story today. Tipu Sultan, brand new airport, a collision of the old and the new in one state that's going into elections. Meanwhile, staying with that airport itself, well, it's not all new, because on that airport's premises, a war has erupted over a statue that has been erected. Moments after Prime Minister Modi unveiled this 108-foot statue of the founder of Bengaluru, the old Vijayanagara chieftain Kempegowda. Political fireworks have exploded and they're still exploding. Former Chief Minister And senior Congress leader Siddaramaiah targeted Modi and the BJP. In a series of tweets, Siddaramaiah has asked, is the BJP government in Karnataka a true follower of Kempe Gowda and his values? The face-off is only snowballing. Here's more.
Bengaluru on Friday got a new landmark, a 108-feet bronze statue of the city's founder, Nada Prabhu Kempe Gowda. The Statue of Prosperity is meant to honor the contributions of Kempe Gowda, who founded the city in the 16th century. PM Narendra Modi, unveiling the statue, assured that the BJP government would work towards ensuring Kempe Gowda's vision for the city.
यहाँ के लोगों को केम्पे गौड़ा जी की महान देन है। इस बसावट में उन्होंने जिन बारीकियों का ख्याल रखा है वो अद्भुत, अद्वितीय है। सदियों पहले उन्होंने बेंगलुरु के लोगों के लिए कॉमर्स, कल्चर और कन्वीनियंस की योजना तैयार कर दी थी। नाड़ प्रभु केम्पे गौड़ा जी का बेंगलुरु की संस्कृति को भी समृद्ध करने में अहम योगदान है। यहां का मशहूर गवि गंगाधरेश्वर मंदिर हो या बसवनगुड़ी इलाके के मंदिर, इनके जरिए केम्पे गौड़ा जी ने बेंगलुरु की सांस्कृतिक चेतना को हमेशा के लिए जीवंत बना दिया। बेंगलुरु शहर के लोग इस शहर की ऐसी बेमिसाल बसावट के लिए केम्पे गौड़ा जी के हमेशा आभारी रहेंगे।
Political fireworks exploded right after the statue was unveiled. Former CM Siddaramaiah targeted Modi in a series of tweets, claiming the BJP is not a follower of Kempe Gowda's ideals. Siddaramaiah, staking claim to Kempe Gowda's legacy, said that it was the Congress that named the Bengaluru airport and a metro station after the city's founder. Ahead of the PM's visit, Karnataka Congress President D.K. Shivakumar had written to PM Modi alleging rampant corruption under the Basavaraj Bommai government.
A big corruption rampage is going on. Karnataka has become the most corrupt state. Unemployment problem has gone up very high. No employment facilities to the youngsters. So all these problems are there. So we have written a letter to him.
The Congress also accused the state BJP leaders of neglecting Kannada and promoting other languages. The opposition JDS questioned why the Bommai government had spent funds on this project instead of filling the city's killer potholes. The unveiling of the new terminal of the Bengaluru International Airport and the Kempe Gowda statue by Modi is being showcased as a mix of modern Bengaluru and Karnataka's glorious past. The ruling BJP hopes it can highlight its development mantra ahead of the assembly polls next year. Bureau Report, India Today.
So that one statue, and remember, this is not just about that statue of Kempe Gowda, it's about the election that's coming up. The conversation in Karnataka today swirls entirely around an election that is only a few short months away. And that's the reason why what we have today over this statue is a war for credit, a war for priorities, a war for legacy, a war for who did more to honor the name of Bengaluru's great founder, Narada Prabhu Kempe Gowda, is the big question that we're asking right now. And it's a question that the BJP and the Congress are asking each other as well. The reason we've decided to debate this today on 5 Live is because the Kempe Gowda statue, according to both political parties today, represents something bigger. Whether it is honoring the founder of Bengaluru, the Congress says we did it first. The BJP says, no, we are doing it the right way. As far as expenditure is concerned, the Congress says Where are your priorities? Have you learnt anything from the great Kempe Gowda? All of this is just cosmetic. So the crossfire is on over that towering figure of the great Kempe Gowda. Joining me live now from Bengaluru, Mohan Vishwa, spokesperson of the BJP, and Aishwarya Mahadev, Congress spokesperson. Thanks very much to both of you for your time and for joining me on this. Aishwarya, to you first. Multiple levels of discontent over this statue. One over the expenditure, 2 over credit, 3 over legacy, 4 over, certain Congress leaders not being, called for this. Why has it become such a tower of discontent, if I can call it that?
Shiv, I can't hear you very clearly. Can you repeat that? I can hear you a little better now.
Aishwarya, the question I'm asking you is, this particular tower of Kempe Gowda has become a kind of flashpoint, a center of politics. Not so much the airport, but this statue itself. Why? Would you encapsulate for us why the Congress is annoyed about the manner in which this statue has come about?
Shiv, I can't hear you.
Okay, we'll just try and fix that, Aishwarya, and come back to you in just a moment. Mohan Vishwa of the BJP, meanwhile, let me just go across to him while we fix Aishwarya's audio. Mohan, you've heard the many different things the Congress has had to say while the Prime Minister was in Bengaluru inaugurating the statue of Kempe Gowda. What is your response to them? They've attacked you on the issue of legacy, on the issue of propriety, on the issue of, spending this much money on a statue, on the issue of who really has honored the legacy of Kempe Gowda. How do you respond to that? Because this is a very emotive issue in Karnataka.
Hey Shiv, this is nothing but as usual continued version of the filthy politics of Mr. Siddaramaiah and DK Shivakumar. Whenever DK Shivakumar speaks about corruption, I will laughing around the floor because he's the guy who went to Tihar jail by looting, the crores of money. And ED has been investigated and he is under CBI, he is under IT. So he don't have any moral rights to speak against our corruption. And one more thing, I would like to mention over here, Shiva, is Bangalore, which is known as IT capital of the, one of the IT capital of the world, rather, I can say, rather than India, okay, which pays highest income tax, or rather highest GST, in addition to other cities like Mumbai, Delhi, or Chennai for that matter. That Bengaluru's founder is Mr. Kempe Gowda, who founded the city 500 years back. Because of his roots only today, Bangalore was able to grow to this extent and make a remarkable approach across the globe in the maps. If that is the case, can't we, being a government, should appreciate his fact and, make people who are entering Bangalore to feel the fact that he was the founder of such a beautiful city and he is the man behind such a flourishing city in the world. Yes, it's our duty. We have done it. And also, I would like to recall one more thing. Mr. Anant Kumar, who is no more today, who was Central Civil Aviation Minister then in Atalji's government, he was instrumental in bringing Kempe Gowda Airport to Bangalore. So he was the main person behind it. And he was the one who wanted to name airport as Kempe Gowda International Airport. Come on. What legacy Congress speaks today? For them, legacy means it's only Nehru legacy. They will feel very happy if they build, either Nehru statue or Sonia Gandhi statue or Indira Gandhi statue or Rajiv Gandhi statue. You take any scheme for that
Let's get Aishwarya to respond to that.
India or in the state government also, when they started a canteen, they would have named the canteen in the name of, Mr. Siddhaganga Shri, who was instrumental in spending lakhs of money and every day to the lakhs of students. Instead of that, what did they do? They named it as Indira Canteen. So this is the kind of appeasement politics and legacy they have. If they feel that for them, the legacy means only Nehru family means, it's very unfortunate. They should understand the contribution of various leaders across the cities in India. And that's the kind of respect we are given to Mr. Kempe Gowda here. They don't have any moral right to speak on whatever we have done today to Mr. Kempe Gowda in the city.
Okay, I'm going to try and, fix that audio. Unfortunately, Aishwarya Mahadev's audio has sort of broken down and our technicians are trying to fix that. So we'll keep our viewers posted, just a couple of minutes. But in the meanwhile, while we wait for Aishwarya to come, let me take you through the airport, the second terminal of the Kempegowda International Airport that the Prime Minister inaugurated today. Because today was not really about the statue. It was about something that is going to be of enormous benefit to the people of Bengaluru and people who are visiting Karnataka. The Prime Minister inaugurated this brand new, spanking new terminal of Bengaluru's International Airport. It's called T2. Of the International Airport, and has incorporated the concept of a terminal in a garden, a first of its kind. Built at a cost of 5,000 crore rupees, the terminal is considered to be an architectural wonder. Here's why.
The IT city of India gets a massive facelift. The Kempegowda International Airport adds a swanky new terminal to its ranks. Built at a cost of 5,000 crore rupees, the new terminal is designed as a tribute to the garden city of Bengaluru. With sprawling green walls, hanging gardens and outdoor greens to give flyers the experience of walking in the garden. With the new terminal inaugurated by Prime Minister Narendra Modi on Friday, the passenger handling capacity of the airport as well as counters for check-in and immigration have doubled. The refurbished airport now has the ability to handle as many as 5 to 6 crore passengers annually. The airport has already set new benchmarks when it comes to sustainability with 100% green renewable energy across the campus. The main attraction of the new airport terminal is this brand new landmark, a 108 feet bronze statue of the city's founder, Kempegowda. The International Airport too is named after the 16th century chieftain under the Vijayanagara Empire. The giant bronze statue of Nadaprabhu Kempegowda is dubbed the Statue of Prosperity and has been built at a cost of 85 crore rupees. This too was inaugurated by Prime Minister Modi.
आज वहां जाकर लगा कि नया टर्मिनल तस्वीरों में जितना सुंदर दिख रहा है, उससे भी ज्यादा भव्य है, आधुनिक है.
Kempegowda was regarded as one of the most educated and successful rulers of his time. It was he who fortified Bengaluru and developed it into a city in the 1530s. And today, the IT city has given its biggest tribute to the city's founder. Bureau Report, India Today.
Okay, we have Aishwarya Mahadev of the Congress back. Mohan Vishwa of the BJP continues to stay with us. Aishwarya, I hope you can hear me now. I don't know if you were able to hear Mohan Vishwa, but go ahead. He basically says that the Congress has nothing better to do than play politics over a Kempegowda statue, which should be welcomed unequivocally. Go ahead, Aishwarya.
Yeah, good evening, Shiv. I think it's very ironic that Mohan Vishwa wants to preach and sit on his high horse when we've seen the BJP do politics over the death of people and also the sort of politicization you're seeing in my state. The Congress party today wants to emphatically state that today, if Bangalore is or was Garden City and boasts of so much infrastructure, there is a lot of the, let's say, the innovation and also the efforts of the successive Congress governments. And you've seen the stability that our Congress government has given you. And if you look at the letter, Shiva, what has happened today, one, let us remind the BJP that anything when it comes to Nadaprabhu Kempegowda, the initiative to rename landmarks or to rename things, whether the metro stations, even the bus stand, railway station rather, you see it was the Congress government that did it. But it cannot just be naming something. But I think the Congress government successively has stood for the rights of Kannadigas, whether it's voicing our opposition to IBPS, whether it's now opposing very strongly the fact that the language, that there's going to be a language barrier for Kannadigas when it comes to a lot of examinations, central examinations, and also the fact that Hindi imposition is a large issue. But when it comes down today, and if you look at the letter, my leadership has said something very simple. You're coming here today, the BJP, your BJP government here is showing you one thing, but please actually go on the roads of Bangalore, please actually look at the crumbling infrastructure, and please answer the fact that the man who's the biggest proponent of na khaunga, na khane dunga, has a government that is openly mired in accusations of being a 40% sarkara. not only from the Congress side, but also from contractors associations, religious mutts, hospital associations, and school associations themselves. This BJP government today may have shown Prime Minister Modi one part of Bangalore, and mind you, Shiv, the past 1 week, everybody's been gearing up, trying to fill up potholes for the same purpose. But once he's gone, I think it's business back to as usual, full of corruption and absolutely
so the allegation
no
is that this was two things that the Congress is saying, Mohan Vishwa, that you can respond to. A, that this was all cosmetic. The preparations for the city are all cosmetic because the rest of Bengaluru is in a mess. Potholes have been covered. But the more important one, which even Mr. Siddaramaiah said, is, you can inaugurate all the statues you want, but which is the BJP, does not represent the true virtues of Kempe Gowda. And Aishwarya just listed out some examples of why she thinks that is true. Go ahead and respond.
See, Shiva, this is the problem with Congress. They're still in the same old outdated syllabus song called 40% Commission. They're singing the same old song from past 3 to 4 months, which, they're not able to produce even a single basic evidence. Like as his leader, Mr. Rahul Gandhi used to scream about Rafael and Pegasus, everything in the past. Same thing is happening here also. Come on, she has to understand, and she should go and see that how potholes are being filled from past 1 or 2 months, and also how there is an issue of weather, which had an issue while filling the potholes. Say out of 31,000 potholes, there are 23,000 potholes which has been filled till now from past, 2 to 3 months. So that's the number which we have. She has to go around for a city rounds, and she has to see what has happened from past 1 month. Okay, even during, the climatic situation of Bangalore. So that is one part. The second part is like, as you were mentioning, or as she was mentioning about the values of Kempe Gowda being followed by BJP. See, I would like to ask her, what values does Congress follow till now from Kempe Gowda, except for the following the values of, their old legacy leader, either Nehru or Indira Gandhi or Sonia Gandhi or Rajiv Gandhi for that matter. I gave an example of Indira Canteen. Why there was a need to name that canteen as Indira Canteen? Come on, there is Mr. Siddhaganga Shri, who is instrumental in feeding lakhs together students every day for decades together. Instead of using his name for that, why did they use Indira Gandhi? It's just because there's petty politics and appeasement politics. So we have not done that. So we have taken the proper step, and we know who has contributed to a particular, the development or other things for that matter, and they have made it very clear. So we are not behind any petty politics, and we are not behind any appeasement politics like how they will do for Tipu Sultan. To take one more example, their own leader, Mr. Tanveer Seth, yesterday has mentioned that he's going to build 100 feet tall statue of Tipu Sultan in Mysore. What response they have? What is the contribution of Tipu Sultan to Mysore, or what is the contribution of Tipu Sultan to Bangalore, Karnataka for that matter?
Respond, Aishwarya. Last word. Almost out of time, Aishwarya.
Go out of appeasement politics.
One second. Shiv, I think first and foremost, the fact that he says there were 30,000 potholes and we're filling it up now is shameful in itself because of the pride he takes in with it. And the fact of the matter is, even today, a family is written saying, give us mercy killing or euthanize us because the government is so corrupt, they're not giving us, the payment that was due. And it's a couple in Shimoga, you should follow on that. But when he talks about Tipu Sultan, it is shameful now that he comes out and talks this, because Jagdish Shettar back then when he was chief minister wrote a glorifying letter about who Tipu Sultan was. And let's keep the politics aside. If you look at a mere reading of history, which I think for the BJP is extremely hard to do. You remember the successive battles of sharing up Patna, and you also look at whether you like it or not, you cannot view Tipu from the prism of a religious angle, rather as a statesman. Because with the minute you look at it religiously, you can see what the Maratha did to several parts of Karnataka states. There has to be a distinction there, and it is shameful that the BJP will foist this communal divisive bogey again, while they themselves, when they were power, even wrote a commemorative book about Tipu Sultan, Shiv. And I think it is absolutely shameful for Mohan Vishwa here, who has absolutely no knowledge of anything. And when he talks about Indira canteens, the Indira canteens fed the urban poor. What has the BJP government done? Forget it. You wanted to rename it, you could have renamed it. You didn't do that. You shut them down. And during COVID, you were taking payment and Aadhaar cards from people to even give them food when they were starving because you shut down everything. The BJP has no locus. They are absolutely a scam, have not stood for Kannadigas or Karnataka. And in 2023,
we're getting closer and closer to the election. I think, as much as India today continues to strive to keep the spotlight on the substantive issues, we are going to see more emotive issues fanned up and stirred up, the polarizing stuff in Karnataka, because that's really been the mood right from day one. And I mean literally day one, since December 31st, 2021 is when the hijab story broke, right here on India Today, and it's been non-stop polarizing headlines from the state of Karnataka. Only a few months to go. We'll have to see where the narrative actually goes. Thanks very much, Aishwarya and Mohan, for joining me here on India Today. Both our guests talked about the Tipu Sultan controversy, and they're not wrong. This big controversy that has brewed at Karnataka's Hubli, the Idgah Maidan, turned into a political battlefield in Karnataka once again. A day after Asaduddin Owaisi's party celebrated Tipu Jayanti at that Maidan, the Sri Ram Sene celebrated Kanakadasa Jayanti at the Idgah Maidan. Before performing the puja, the leader of the Sri Ram Sene sprinkled Gaumutra at several spots in order to cleanse the ground after the Tipu Jayanti celebrations. That's how polarized, that's how vituperative things have become in Karnataka. Take a look.
It's polarization Nataka once again. The Idgah Maidan in Karnataka's Hubli is at the center of a new controversy. First, it was the Ganesh Chaturthi celebrations by the BJP and right-wing Hindu groups. Then came the Tipu Jayanti celebrations by Asaduddin Owaisi's MIM on Thursday. And on Friday, Sri Ramasene chief Pramod Mutalik sprinkled Gaumutra to clean the Idgah Maidan as the MIM has celebrated Tipu Jayanti there. Slamming Owaisi's party, Mutalik said that Tipu Sultan was an anti-Hindu ruler and celebrating his Jayanti is wrong in all aspects.
टिप्पू जयंती करके अपवित्र किए थे, अशुद्ध किए थे, इसलिए हमने गोमूत्र यहाँ फैलाकर शुद्ध किए हैं.
Mutalik's remarks comes a day after he and other members of the Hindu right-wing organization were detained as they tried to disrupt the Tipu Jayanti event. Mutalik's Gaumutra stunt did not go down well with the MIM. The party netas slammed him for the political gimmick.
प्रमोद मुतालिक को कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के बारे में पता नहीं है शायद. इस देश में सबको समान अधिकार है, लेकिन उन्होंने ये आज जिन्होंने काम किया है उसको हम खंडन करते हैं.
The BJP, without mincing any words, fired a salvo at Owaisi, calling Tipu a barbarian whose legacy is nothing but a blot in the history.
I don't know whether this is a precursor to communal rhetorical clash, as you call it, but the issue is that Tipu Jayanti is an affront to sensibilities of all Indians, including Muslims. His legacy is a blot. He's a barbarian who killed several thousand people, Hindus, Christians, Catholics, you name it.
The Congress and JDS have accused the Basavaraj Bommai government accusing of raising divisive communal issues.
These issues only to disturb those area people, not only disturb, but they wanted to create vote bank by raising all these issues. Other than that, they have no commitment to the society.
We want a secular fabric. Let Idgah Maidan be restricted to Idgah. We have a lot of places to celebrate Ganesha festival. So I think no other should not intervene with this. Government is not fair by involving with all this type of affairs.
MIM workers observed Tipu Jayanti at the Idgah Maidan after the BJP-controlled Hubli-Dharwad civic body gave the green signal. With assembly elections closing in, Savarkar and Tipu Sultan may prove fresh political flashpoints in Karnataka. With Nagarjun Dwarkanath in Bengaluru, Bureau Report, India Today.
And it actually began way back in 2015. Of course, the Tipu Sultan, the king, is nearly 300 years in Karnataka's past. But take a look at where things have escalated since November 2015, when Siddaramaiah criticized the BJP for declining an invitation to the Tipu Jayanti celebrations. March 2018, there was a big fight over Rahul Gandhi calling Tipu a symbol of communal harmony. Cut to May 2022, that's this year, Hindu groups sought permission to do a puja at Tipu's Jamia Masjid. July 2022, removal of content on Tipu Sultan from school curriculums in Karnataka. That's an ongoing issue. October 2022, last month, the Tipu Express between Bengaluru and Mysore was renamed as the Wadiyar Express. And finally, in November 2022, the AIMIM, Asaduddin Owaisi's party, celebrates Tipu Jayanti at the Idgah Maidan. So the Tipu echo is very strong in Karnataka. In the 2018 election, when Yogi Adityanath had gone to Karnataka to campaign as well, there was a big Tipu versus Hanuman sort of narrative that had taken place at that point of time as well. We'll keep a track of this. We've got some breaking news coming. And news just coming in from Tamil Nadu. Very interesting images coming in of Chief Minister M.K. Stalin receiving Prime Minister Modi and very symbolically gifting him a set of novels, the Ponniyin Selvan novels. Remember, Ponniyin Selvan is, has just been made into a movie by Mani Ratnam. It's become a blockbuster. There was a lot of talk over how this movie for the first time did justice to the Chola Empire, and now very symbolically, M.K. Stalin gifting a set of the novels on which the film is actually based, giving a set of those novels, Ponniyin Selvan, to the Prime Minister. There's been a lot of talk over legacy, over Mughals versus the Cholas, etc. And in that light, these images are very, very likely to go viral all by themselves. The Prime Minister, remember, is on a big south trip from Karnataka to Tamil Nadu to elsewhere, all part of a stopover in different parts of southern India to inaugurate projects. The big one today was in Karnataka, of course, but he also addressed young Indians, school students in Tamil Nadu a short while ago, and now this meeting with M.K. Stalin, the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. Ponniyin Selvan, the new novels presented to the Prime Minister. And coming up next, Naya Malik means Naya Twitter, but it also means endless Naya confusion. Who's going to make sense of Elon Musk's new Twitter? What are the new rules? What do you need to do? How much are you going to have to pay? Do you stand to lose your blue tick? Could Twitter disappear altogether? Just some of the questions that many people are asking. We decode it on the other side.
The men and women who built Indian industry, and the young guns who are shaping tomorrow's India. From storied careers to unicorn dreams.
The equity market is a dynamic space that needs sharper insights and perfect timing.
What stock, what fund, what to pick and what to sell.
How do you make money on the markets? And what are the superior strategies for a winning portfolio?
Your questions answered by 30 years undisputed leadership.
Only with Business Today Television.
The Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment has signed a memorandum of understanding with the National Health Authority for providing a comprehensive medical package to transgender persons under the Ayushman Bharat PMJAY at the Dr. Ambedkar International Centre. This joint initiative is indeed the first of its kind in India and will not only give a new direction to our society but will also provide transgender persons rightful and a respectable place in our country. This medical package will provide a health card where they can avail more than 50 health facilities. Benefits will all be free of cost. What's also groundbreaking here is that India becomes the first country to provide free of cost cosmetic surgery for transgenders. So now a person belonging to the transgender society from any state or any part of India will be able to take advantage of this card in any hospital affiliated with Ayushman Bharat. In fact, the ministry is also set to fund 5 lakh rupees as insurance cover per transgender beneficiary per annum. And now to make identification a lot more easier, the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment is providing identity cards for transgenders if they register themselves at the central level. They're also going to get provisions of scholarship that's been made for them. Protection cells are also being set up and also skill development programs being done, all as part of this package.
In the latest in a spate of young people dying by heart attack for no apparent reason, actor Siddhant Veer Suryavanshi has passed away after a heart attack. He was a fitness freak. The TV star, who was 46 years old, collapsed while working out in his gym. It's being reported that he suffered a heart attack. The moment his fans heard the shocking news, they went to his social media handle and have been pouring out their condolence messages. Siddhant Veer Suryavanshi was a popular face in the world of television, working on many hit television shows across the board. He was 46 years old. He died while working out in the gym. He was a fitness freak and was apparently healthy in all respects. Quick word in from India Today's health editor, Sneha Mordani, who's with me from the newsroom. Sneha, this has become a very disturbingly familiar situation. Young people with no apparent health afflictions, dying of heart attack, people with an affinity for fitness. We don't know whether this young man had COVID, but what are you hearing and what can you tell us? You've just done a show about this.
Yes, absolutely. Shiv, you're right. He was young and this is a silent killer. What we know is that COVID affects all cells of your body and the heart is also untouched in that sense. And that's the reason why, Shiv, doctors have been saying that if you're young and if you've had an infection, then you certainly must go for all tests, including a treadmill test and a thorough body checkup before you go in for a strenuous exercise regime. Now, it can't be the same size fits all. You have to know what your capacity is and you have to consult a doctor before crossing the limits, because intense workouts really is not for everyone. The second thing, and I know I'm going to get a lot of brickbats for that, whether this is vaccine-induced heart ailment or not, this is a grey area and we don't know and we can't comment on it unless there is anything conclusive to establish that indeed approved vaccines, which were of course emergency approved vaccines, have got anything to do with the rising heart ailments. But also there are other factors as well. So preventive health checkups is important. Your lifestyle, if you're diabetic or if you have a history of heart ailments or if you have hypertension, certainly after the age of 40 you must go in for preventive heart checkups. And Health 360 is a show that Sneha does on the weekends. You can catch all of those details in much greater layers and information on that show. That's Health 360 on the weekend. Our deepest condolences to the family and friends of Siddhant. Following a chaotic takeover by billionaire Elon Musk, Twitter has been going through a lot of changes. The latest
where it introduced an official label or tick for select verified accounts. If you are one among millions of verified accounts around the world, then you've got concerns and a lot of confusion. It's led to a tsunami of spoof accounts. These new changes introduced by Elon's Twitter, which many critics had warned the new chief about. Twitter is hustling to deactivate these accounts, but it seems like an endless game now of cat and mouse. Take a look.
Elon Musk's Twitter journey so far has been marked by one change after another that's only triggered endless confusion. And at the heart of this chaos is Twitter Blue. You'll have to shell out money now for Twitter Blue, and in India, Twitter Blue with a free verified badge is likely to cost 719 rupees per month. But while Musk outlined that Twitter Blue will kill bots and spam accounts, it's actually led to a surge in fake verified handles in the United States.
India today has found numerous instances where fake and impersonating accounts are being verified for a fee, and now Twitter is working overtime in tackling this. Let us look at a few examples as to how these fake accounts get verified and the confusion that it has led to.
Eli Lilly and Company is a pharmaceutical firm that manufactures insulin. In one of the notorious incidents that transpired after Twitter Blue went live, another verified handle impersonated the official account to announce that insulin was now free. The original account had to come out with a statement to deny and apologize for the confusion and let users know about its official handle name. In another incident, an account impersonated the official Tesla account and offered free cash to buy cryptocurrency from Elon Musk. The users had to click on a link to participate. There were also several accounts impersonating Elon Musk himself. One of the funniest incidents was this discussion between two accounts impersonating George W. Bush and Tony Blair. The accounts were indulging in some humor, sharing sarcastic jibes on the ex-US President and the ex-UK Prime Minister. But jokes aside, this could lead to an uncontrollable spread of fake news and misinformation. So how do you differentiate between the real deal and the fake? Well, India Today tries to break it down for you. Twitter itself gives a way by which it still discriminates the mode of verification of handles. Upon visiting one's profile and clicking on the verified tick symbol next to the account name, we will get two separate descriptions differentiating between legacy verified and subscription-based verification. It's clear now that Twitter under Elon Musk is working on a trial and error method, and there are many loopholes in Twitter Blue that the team will have to plug, because this verification model seems to be a bigger fake news magnet than the OG. As of now, Elon Musk has said, what doesn't work will be changed and what does work will be kept. That's the new Twitter under Elon Musk. Stay tuned, because many things will change literally on a daily basis. With Sai Kiran Kannan in Singapore and Akash Sharma in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
So let's try and decode some of the basic questions that a lot of people are asking. We've just shown you how, opening the floodgates to a paid blue tick has led to an instant profusion of parody handles or impersonating handles that have caused a lot of trouble. The real handles have had to apologize. Many people have said, "Arey, this is not me." By the time people realize that these are fake accounts that have just paid that money and gotten that blue tick, the trouble is already done. But there are real concerns. A lot of people are laughing, but there are real serious potential problems afoot under this new regime unless sense is made of it very quickly. Joining me live to make sense of this cold blue mess, as we're calling it, Siddharth Zarabi, Managing Editor of Business Today, Javed Anwar, Senior Associate Editor, and our in-house resident tech guru here at the India Today Group, and Barnik Chitran Maitra is Managing Partner, Arthur D. Little India. Welcome, gentlemen. Siddharth, I want to start with you. People have kind of lost track. People who've got a blue tick are wondering, ye kya ho raha hai? They're hearing about having to pay for a blue tick. Then they're hearing about something called Twitter Blue. Then they're being told, no, it's not the same thing. The badge will be something that you will get automatically if you become a subscriber to Twitter Blue. Can you just simplify it with some basic pointers on what Elon Musk is trying to do here?
Shiv, I don't know even if he fully understands what he is trying to do. Remember, this was an acquisition that he wanted to walk away from till the threat of court action actually brought him back to the table, and $1 billion loss if he would not have acquired it. What is he doing? In the simplest of terms, there are two things. One, there is no verification process that is currently available at Twitter. Remember, the earlier blue tick was basically the culmination of a verification process. However opaque and difficult it must have been. I think the closest parallel that I can draw with this blue tick on open sale is the manner in which guns are sold in the United States of America, which is Twitter's largest market. And what is behind this madness of bringing the credibility of Twitter as the world's largest microblogging news platform is the desire to drive growth. And just one number quickly, Shiv. In all of this madness, what seems to be happening is that Twitter is reporting the highest daily average users in monetizable basis, and that perhaps may make sense financially, because remember, otherwise Elon is in a $44 billion hole that he has dug for himself. So instead of going to Mars, he might well go under terra firma.
That's really scary. And you know, what hangs in the balance is millions of Twitter users, you know, whose everyday life depends on consuming and putting stuff on Twitter. Javed, to you next. You know, if a person has a blue tick, I have a blue tick, I know Siddharth has one, I'm assuming Javed also has a blue tick. What do people with blue ticks do now? What is the to-do list? What do we need to look out for? Apart from having to pay for that blue tick, what else do we need to do? Give me like a breakdown.
So for now, people who already have blue tick, like you or Siddharth, the only thing that they can do is wait and watch. Because I mean, they can subscribe to blue tick like the way Elon Musk did, and then once he subscribed to blue tick, his previous blue tick was replaced by the new blue tick. So if you go to Elon Musk's profile and click on his blue tick, it will tell you that this person bought the check mark. Whereas earlier it was telling people that this person is of some worth, and there was a verification done, and then this person acquired a blue tick. So my suggestion is, if you already have a blue tick, just wait and watch. But what is going to happen in a couple of months is that Elon Musk has very clearly said that all blue tick holders, they will have to pay $8. Or in India, the price is going to be $719.